Hi everybody, Little Pepper Lady here. Today is Tuesday, right? It's Tuesday? Yes, it's Tuesday. It's Tuesday. It's June 18th, 2019. Today is the day that we are leaving to head to the airport. Well, we're staying in a hotel. Our flight leaves, like I said, in the morning tomorrow. So we have to get up early and head over to the airport so we can go through security and all that kind of stuff. So just a better idea to stay in a hotel. But that's the topic of today's video. So how do you handle dealing with an S.H.T.F situation when you're on vacation? So, not a lot of people have the ability, the time, the money, to be able to go on long extended vacations like we are able to do. So we're very blessed in that aspect that we get to be able to take our family on a vacation once a year. Last year we went to Florida. This year it's California. Next year, who knows? So it's just something that we like to do with them, especially before they're all grown up and out of the house. And I know there are a lot of families that are able to do that, but there are families that are not able to do that. So but even a daycation is still something that you have to think about, as far as if some type of a major situation were to happen and all of your preps and everything is at your house and you don't have any of that stuff with you. How are you going to handle this situation if something happens? So let's use the scenario of what we're doing. So essentially, like I said, we're staying in the hotel tonight. So let's say nothing happens then, but we get on our flight and we get to California and something happens a couple of days into our trip. How are we going to be prepared for that kind of a situation? Well, there's quite a lot of things that you can actually do while you're out of your element and away from all of your items to make sure that you can at least survive for a short period of time to try to get yourself back to wherever it is, that you live. Now, for us, that's going to be a little bit more difficult considering we're traveling about 3,000 miles to get to where we're going. So this is kind of like if something happens there while we're there, we'll be stuck there. So we're going to have to make do with what we can. But we're pretty resilient and pretty street smart as far as a lot of things go. So first thing that you want to do, any new place that you go, is you want to be aware of your surroundings. You want to look around at things that are going to be useful to you in case some type of a situation happens. So where are there places that you would be able to get food? Where are there places that you would be able to get water? Where are there places that you would be able to bug out to that would be safe that most people wouldn't be looking for? So look for, abandoned buildings, things like that. Things that are in an area where there isn't a lot of people, where a lot of people wouldn't be going to. Most people, in a panic situation are going to try to flee the city. So if you need to hunker down and stay there, try to look for those locations that look a little sketchy, because that's going to be a shelter. And that's going to be someplace where you can put up, guards and have your stuff there that you're looting or doing whatever, in order to have supplies and get to know people. Believe it or not, if you just start a conversation with people, you'll be able to form, a group of people that are in, the same kind of situation that you are, and they're kind of afraid of some kind of thing happening. Have conversations with people, get to know the locals and things like that. Because believe it or not, just coming on here, I've met so many people that feel the same way that I do, that there's something coming, that, the world is not as secure and safe as we all hope it would be. So just start talking to people. And I plan on, when I'm in California, just having conversations with people, just getting to know different things about the area and all that kind of good stuff. And I'll be doing some videos like that. And hey, if people want to be interviewed, I'll do that too. That's cool. Where we're staying in an apartment. So, and a lot of hotels, they have the kitchens in your suite or whatever. So buy extra food. Buy extra food items that you can pack up in a bug out bag and be able to take. And that brings me on to the next thing. Make sure that everybody that you have in your group that's traveling with you on vacation or whatever has a bag, some type of bag that they can stick items in and use it as a bug out bag. Each one of my kids because they're not allowing on our flight to California any type of carry-on bag, so they must not have like the overhead things where you can stick a bag up in there. They said you can bring a purse or like a purse size, whatever. So I got the kids those cinch sacks that have like the straps, and then you go like this and it has everything in there, but they're quite large and they go on your back. All of the kids and myself have one of those, and those can be used as a bug out bag. If something happens, we can throw items in those bags and we can take them with us. They're on our back and we're good to go. Also, while you're in a location, see if you can find a park. Parks are great resources for all sorts of things. You not only have a water source, but you'll most likely have a food source. Know, what's grown locally in the area, what is grown wild in the area, and know what you can use as far as food items and things like that go. And also, parks have a lot of cabins, or if something happens and people are in a park and they're able to get out, there's going to be abandoned RVs, abandoned tents, things like that. So you're going to have sources of shelter, you're going to have sources of food, you're going to have sources of water. So parks are great. If you have a vehicle, now we originally were only going to be doing public transportation, but I think we've decided that we're going to probably be renting a car. So if you are renting a car wherever you're going, make sure you have supplies in the car. And make sure you have the tank full at all times, because if something happens, the gas stations are going to be overcrowded, they're going to run out of gas, and you're going to need what you have in that vehicle to be able to get you as far to wherever you need to go as possible. So those are huge things, and if you want to, pack all the things up in those bags and keep them in the car, so then you have them, so if you need to leave the car when it runs out of gas or whatever, then you already have all of your supplies there in the car for you, ready to go. Also, when you're looking at trying to escape in a vehicle, if the vehicles even work. Now, obviously, if it's an EMP attack, the vehicles will not work, especially the ones that they have, at a rental car location, because they're all newer and they all are electronic, and it's just not going to work at that point in time. So you're going to have to flee on foot at that point. But if you are able to get out via vehicle, get maps of the area. Know different locations that you can take that aren't direct routes out of cities and places like that. Find back roads, explore that kind of stuff while you're out there, and know an alternative route to get around all of the crazy major highways and things like that. You're going to get stuck in those, so you need to be able to have an alternate way to be able to get out of the city without taking that route, because you're just going to be in the same situation that everybody else is in. Carry cash. Cash is huge. Cash is huge when you're in your home, when you're bugging out. Cash is huge, 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 especially if you need to travel a long distance. Make sure you have enough cash to be able to get you there. ATMs aren't going to work. You're not going to be able to use your debit or credit card if the power grid goes down, so make sure you have cash on hand. Also, make sure you have lighters and matches in your bag so that you're able to start a fire. You're going to need heat. You don't know how cold it's going to get depending on where you're going. So you want to make sure that you're able to create a source of heat for yourself and your family members. Also, in a hotel that you're staying at, or in an apartment that you're staying at, make sure you're booking your rooms at the lowest level possible. That's the quickest escape route. If you're all the way on the top of a building, it's going to be way harder to be able to get out of that building than if you're on the third floor. So be thinking about that when you're planning your trips and where you're going to have your location as far as that goes, so you have an easy exit, because you don't want to be stuck in that building. Unless of course they lock you down and then you're stuck in there, and that's a whole different scenario. But if at all possible you need to get out, yes, you can always go out to the roof, and sometimes they have ladders that go down the side and things like that, so that's an alternative route that you can take if that does happen. But try to have yourself positioned in a place where you can easily exit the building if you need to. So these are just some things that I wanted to cover. Some things to be thinking about, and definitely things that I've thought about for our upcoming vacation. Like I said, I know they have a lot of earthquakes in California. I'm excited to experience an earthquake. I've never been through one. At the same time, though, I don't want it to be a major earthquake where buildings are going to come crashing down and there's the potential loss of life. So I hope I get to experience a small one, but I don't want to be in anything that's major, and I don't want to have my kids and my boyfriend put into that type of a situation. So also, I do plan on, and look for this video, I'm going to try to find those tar pits. I really want to go see those. I'm right around the area anyway. We have 10 days that we can just go out and do whatever we want, and that is on the top of my list. I want to go check out the tar pits. I think that would be awesome, and if I do end up going and seeing those, I will definitely be doing a video and showing you guys what the tar pits are looking like out in LA, especially with all the new activity that's been happening around those. So I think that would be a very interesting video, and I want to get, you know, some feedback from some of the people that live in the area and how, you know, big these tar pits have gotten. So I think that would be very cool. I will be on the plane all day tomorrow, so if I have time while I'm at the airport, in between our flights, I may possibly jump on and do a video in the airport. If not, you know, we get into LA about 4:30, as long as there's no delays tomorrow evening, which would be almost 8 o'clock our time here. So I will try to upload a video tomorrow. I should have some extra downtime, so I will find a place that I can do it and connect to Wi-Fi and be able to do that for you guys. But that's all I've got for now. As always, guys, always remember, everything does happen for a reason. Whether you're having a good day or a bad day, you're in a good situation or a bad situation, just stick with it. You're on that journey for a reason. Everything's going to be okay. Also, always remember, forget about the past. There isn't anything that we can do about the past other than try to grow and learn and be better people from the past. Be focused on the future while be living in the now. Be living, be loving, be laughing, being enjoying your family and your friends right now, because tomorrow's not guaranteed. We all could not be here tomorrow, so it's important that we're living our lives right now while we're staying focused on the future. That's all I've got for you guys today. I'll hopefully talk to you tomorrow. Bye-bye.